What's up, you guys? It's Ben. So for today's video, I wanted to give you a few product research ideas for you to start selling on Amazon. Now, there's a lot of you guys out there that have asked me, Ben, I started off on a relatively low budget. I only have about 500 to £1,000 to invest into this business. What should I do? Are there any products for me to get into and start selling, ideally before Christmas? So instead of just telling you of how to do product research and teaching you the ways of how to come up with the ideas, I actually thought, let me go back into your kind of shoes and start off with product research on my own and see if I can come up with any ideas that I would potentially look into if I had to be, I had to work on a relatively low budget. Now, before I begin, you might be thinking, well, Ben, you're actually doing selling Amazon yourself. I mean, why are you giving out free ideas? And the reason for that, number one, is because my products that I'm now looking into are going to be much more expensive than somebody that has started off on a relatively low budget. My budget's now on much higher, and therefore the products that I get into are most of the time £20 and above. And then second of all is that at the end of the day, when it comes to product research on Amazon, it's not about getting the idea. I mean, these ideas are free for everybody. The real hard work is actually the negotiation with suppliers, making sure you pick the right product for that niche, as opposed to just pick on the niche on its own and that's it, and just go for anything. You really have to understand what the customers are looking for, what's missing in this particular niche, and what you can introduce going forward. And then last but not least, like when you think about it, look at my channel. I only got 250 odd subscribers. I'm not exactly a celebrity here, so the odds are of all of a sudden competition sprung up in all of these niches are very, very unlikely. And these niches, to be completely honest, have got very high revenues, and there are people that are selling in each and every single one of these quite frequently straight away from the very beginning. So let's get straight to it. The first niche that I wanted to talk to you about is actually Mascara Niche. Now, this is a very, very simple niche, and the reason why I picked this very first one is because I really like the simplicity of it. I really like the fact that they are quite light. I really like with the fact that they are quite cheap as well. If you look at Helium 10 Chrome extension, you will see that there are tons of sellers making a lot of money as well. But as a starter product, it's actually really light, nice and simple for you to get off to start off with. And at the same time, you don't have to order a massive amount of quantity. You can airship them, and you can effectively start selling the products that I'm going to be talking about by mid next month, to be completely honest. And if you can see, actually on the first page, there are people with one review that have literally just started selling, and they're already on £379. Two reviews, and they're moving up in sales, so to speak, which is really, really promising. And at the end of the day, if you are starting on a relatively low budget, you can't be expecting to get, thousands amounts of revenue every single month. You really start off slow, and then you build into more expensive products, higher demand, higher profit, higher price, etc., etc. Now, I have to be honest, when I started, mascara was actually one of the first products that I was selling as well, and it did really, really well in the very beginning. However, I did the mistake of actually ordering too much. And what I did not know is that mascara actually dries up after a while. And what happened after a while is that my listing just got flooded with negative reviews, and the ranking actually plummeted down completely. And therefore, I just wasn't able to sell efficiently anymore. And when I finished off that niche and kind of finished off selling all of my inventory, I had to make the calculated decision of, okay, I made profit on this particular product. Now let's move on to the more expensive and bigger stuff, so to speak. But the more margins on this product is really, really good. You can pick up these sorts of products for very low price, 50p, a pound, maybe a little bit more than that. And then they go for about £4 or £5. And some of them you can see actually even go for higher than that at around £9, £7. So it's one of the products that you could potentially start off. The second product I want to talk to you about is makeup brushes. Now, these are a little bit more expensive. They are a bit bigger. So for any of you guys that have got a little bit more of a budget, around £1,000 to £2,000 can go into this one. And the reason why I say that is because all of a sudden now there's a bit more differentiation. You can see there's many, many brushes. There are different boxes. You can actually put a little bit more of your touch onto it, i.e. Basically design your own box, so to speak. But it's also still relatively light, so you can airship it, but you can also sea ship it as well to bring your costs down lower. And it's one of these products as well that when you think about in Q4 are going to be really good as like a gift for teenage girls, women in general. So you can see this trend actually picking up more than it already has. And also, as you can see, revenues are very, very stable. There are plenty of people doing over £1,000 in sales every single month, and also review count as well. I mean, somebody with 8 reviews are now doing almost £2,000. 21 reviews, again, there are obviously people that will have tons and tons of reviews, but there also will be people that have got only a few. And it goes to show that this is possible. You can rank on first page on something that is so competitive with 1,700 average reviews. Okay, so that's something else that you might potentially consider. The next one, I'm kind of moving on to still with the beauty niches, eyelashes. Now, eyelashes is a very interesting one because they're quite similar. However, you can also mix and match with the designs of them. And also, if you can see that there's different types. There's the fake eyelashes, there's the real ones, there's the magnetic ones, etc. I've only done a little bit of research on here. There's the reusable ones as well. But as you can see, they're at the right price point, which is relatively cheap. They are still making a ton of money every single day. And again, I think when it comes to Christmas, when it comes to Halloween, when it comes to various other sorts of festival times, so to speak, these products will not only sell good, but they'll also sell even better going forward. And as you can see, you can be matching them with various kits as well, changing boxes, various other things. And as you can imagine, they're also very, very light as well. So therefore, you can ship them very, very quickly. You can sometimes even get these sort of products next week if you airship them. And I think it would only make sense to airship them because they are so light compared to everything else. So that's kind of moving away from the beauty niche now on to kind of toys. And I love the toys category. And for the simple reason is that it hits the Q4 market extremely well because those are the main products that sell very, very well around Christmas, but they also do quite well throughout the year. So I really like the toy category because you get that bump, but then also the sales throughout the year are very, very good as well. And the first one that I wanted to show you guys is the bath toys, okay? And this is simply for kids, sort of very small toddlers up to children. And there are tons of bath toys that you can choose, and they start off with anything as little as £2 to £7 all the way up to £15, £20 as well. The variety is absolutely insane, and if you actually look at their revenue figures, they are doing extremely well already, and they I think will be really, really doing well when it comes to Christmas time, because especially now this year, with more and more retail stores closing down, even more people will have to resort to online shopping to get their gifts, presents, etc. And what's the gift? When you think of a gift, what do you think of? You think of toys, and that's the very first thing, which is why I think all of these revenue figures will be in the tens of thousands at the very least. So if you can get a product, start ranking, start selling around the October, November time, you will have enough time to actually get some reviews, get some organic ranking, and make some really, really good money in Q4 and until the end of the year, really. And it will really set you up for starting to sell more products at the beginning of next year. And as you can see, again, reviews, I mean, 81, that's not too bad. Five reviews, and somebody's making 2.5 grand, 2.7 grand a month. It just goes to show that you really just have to pick the right product that people are looking for at a good price, and you're sorted. And last but not least, I also wanted to include another types of toys that I've seen coming up more and more, and those are sort of fidget toys, okay? It's for children, they've got various sort of fidgeting problems or anything like that, stress relief problems, and again, the variety of these products is insane. Some of them can be quite light, and therefore you can ship them via air very, very quickly, or you can go for like a bigger pack and sea ship them if you have a bit more of a budget, so to speak. And as you can see, the variety on these are just incredible. You just have to make sure you understand what people are looking for, how good are these toys effectively. You can get some samples potentially and then start selling them again. But with the end of this, what I'm trying to tell you is that getting product ideas is very, very easy. Getting those niches are very, very easy. The tough part here is buying from Alibaba, making sure that you're getting a good product that is not going to be bogged down with bad reviews, making sure that the product is at a good price, making sure that the product is different from everybody else in the market, or at least at a very competitive price going forward, which is now becoming harder and harder. And if this is something that you do want to start selling and want to start making a little bit of money working from home, start, selling for yourself, making money and working on your own for yourself, but need a bit of more help, a little bit more guidance, then I do have a mentorship, and I'll leave a link in the description below. If you do like the sort of content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you do want to see any more videos around selling on Amazon, you have some ideas for me to make a video on, then please comment down below as well. Really appreciate you watching this video until the end, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.